Here is what you missed on Blueprint to a Man's Thoughts on Red Lipstick Vibes.
So, I got a question. You always see. Here's why I have a problem with this whole multiple women thing. But you're complaining about the one that you had. You on these panels talking about
That's come on, Red.
Submit.
Red.
I can't get a plate. I can't get no gifts. She don't do nothing. She can't cook. She can't clean. She barely take care of the kids. They talk nasty to you and they being disrespectful. But you want multiple? I'm confused. Let's finish. So, I got a question. You always see. Here's why I have a problem with this whole multiple women thing. But you're complaining about the one that you had. You on these panels talking about
That's come on, Red.
don't submit.
Red.
I can't get a plate. I can't get no gifts. She don't do nothing. She can't cook. She can't clean. She barely take care of the kids. They talk nasty to you and they being disrespectful. But you want multiple? I'm confused. Let's finish and see what August had to say about that. Let's go.
That's not cap, bro. I'm telling you 100%. No, it's not. Because I'm the representative of myself, Ali, and I know myself better than you do. Trust me, I've been with myself.
I know, and a lot of men will say that when they know it in your nature. So if your woman told you could have more than one woman, and then woman will work with you, and you can build with them.
If she wanted to have more than one woman, I would tell her hell no.
Okay. And most men wouldn't believe you, but
the reason why I would say hell no is because that's a new person that has to come into something that I have stabilized with new ideas, new feelings, new emotions that I got to get to know, new past traumas, new all that other shit that I don't want to deal with. That's why. And you so even if my woman was like, I want another woman here, I would tell her hell no.
And you may be different, but most men wouldn't believe you. So most men wouldn't be believable. You may be
When he said most men. Is he correct? Do y'all think that most men think like that? Or most men think like August is saying, like I can barely handle this one. Why would I want another one?
Like just how AD framed the question, if he was dealing with a girl that really fuck with him heavy, and she said, "Yeah, I'm gonna get you two more," and he said no. I'm looking at that. Me personally, I'm like, why not, bro? Like. You feel me? Like that's just baffling to me. I mean, that's like everybody like to say they a king and all that, but like that's like king treatment for real. Even if you look at chess, the king hardly moves unless it's time to castle. You feel what I'm saying?
So you're just totally missing. You're just because she said yes, I'm gonna bring it in there, but totally forgetting the work that you had to put in to get her, the one that's saying bring on the actual on your.
See, for me, right? We did a show about me, right? That wouldn't be a challenge for me. You feel me? You understand what I'm saying? So I can only speak from my perspective. So when we're talking about August, I'm learning the more I listen to August, because it's like he's the unicorn right now to me. You feel me? Because I would take on that challenge.
Because the unicorn would, and most men would, because they're not going to deem themselves responsible for those other women.
That's what I'm thinking. Yep.
You're not. That's why everybody's so trying to cool with it. If my girl was cool with it, because you ain't gonna be emotionally invested in them chicks. You ain't gonna take care of them chicks. Exactly. Right? More than likely, you're gonna start positioning, as you mentioned, chess, for them to go at each other to make each other jealous, so you can get the results out of the ones you want.
Exactly. Yep.
So even with the emotional investment, right? I don't think I'm too emotionally invested in my own wife, right? I give her what's needed. Right. So it's like I think since I have to deal with multiple women, my baby moms and all that, like I guess like I'm just in routine with it. Like,
Are you responsible?
That's different though.
yeah, I am responsible.
For her. So you take care of her home.
Right.
Yes.
So you take care of your baby mama's house too, and
Oh, her house? Nah, but see, I help with the.
that's what we talking about. We talking about.
Nah. No way. No way.
Well, I mean, if you could do it, then you would be doing it right now with your baby mama and your wife. They would be
What you mean?
cohabitating. Well, they would be
No, but see, it's not. I can do it. The problem is they want me, the other ones want me. That's the only issue that they have, that they don't have me, and I can't be with them because police got involved. And I'm not. Once you call police on me, I don't care what the situation is. We can never, ever be together. I don't care if it's kids. I don't care if we were married. I don't care about any of that. I was facing 15 or 22, so I was like, nah, never. So what?
So we're talking about a man adding on to the household with the wife, the sister wife, or extra wife. Yes, Uncle.
Red.
Yes.
If the truth is, right, even though they say the history supports it, right, that back in the days, kings had many of women and da da da.
He took care of all of them.
Right. Not even that. That's not even my point, right?
Oh, sorry.
If it works so well, why doesn't it happen? Why isn't it tradition?
Right. That part.
If it works,
happening.
Right, if it makes so much sense, right, and it's such a plausible cause, a plausible situation, why doesn't it work now?
Because those were monarchs. Those were royal bloods. They were in
They had means.
The means, exactly. Yep.
No matter what y'all say, I understand. Hey, she like you. I understand that, but y'all, it costs. It costs for you to maintain your house with that woman.
Mm-hmm.
Y'all talking about money ain't got nothing to do with the fuck out of here.
It got everything to do with
What are we talking about?
They're not even thinking about the long-term strategy of this whole thing, because it may work for the first few months or the first few years, but we're talking about a long-term strategy of this working consistently, and that's not happening, especially with the average man. There are a lot of foreseeable and unforeseeable issues that you're going to have to deal with in the future that may not show up in the honeymoon phase. In the beginning, it might all look good. You know what I'm saying? It's not that's not going. It's just too many things it's too many variables that exist that you don't even know. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Their emotions, their conflict resolution. How do they deal with conflict? Do they storm out? Do they argue? Do they shot you down? What do they do? Do they call the police? What do they do? You won't know that until it happens.
And everything's great until the new coochie smell go away.
Right.
When the new coochie smell go away, then real life show up.
Right, and that's what Genius was saying. Right, if she leave, right, because you don't give a fuck for real.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? That's what y'all keep trying to. I don't give a fuck what you do, bitch. Gone. Right.
I care.
Right. That's what I'm saying. So the truth is, it's about pussy, right? You got variety in the house, because if it was, again, if you had the bandwidth, you would love them women like same way you love your girl.
Yeah.
And you know you don't. Go ahead now. Go ahead. Y'all need to stop.
Well, for me, it's not that I don't give a fuck. It's just that I care about myself a lot more. Like I think that me giving a fuck too much is what got me in those dangerous situations. You see what I'm saying? That's why even in my marriage now, I'm not too emotionally invested. Like we're gonna get what we need, and then we're gonna do what we want.
You just don't show it. Let's be honest. You're emotionally invested. You
can say I'm emotionally invested, but it's like I'm not like
you would be with her.
It's like I'm not afraid to lose it though.
No, that don't mean
that don't mean I don't give a fuck though.
That's not what I'm saying. But that's not what I'm saying, right?
I think you give a fuck too.
No, he give a fuck.
I think you definitely give a fuck.
We need to stop this as men, right? I'm not saying that you don't handle your situation accordingly. That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying you give a fuck because that's why you there. Mm-hmm. If you didn't give a fuck, you wouldn't be there.
Mm-hmm. Right.
You might give two, depending on how she feel.
Can you stretch that? Can you stretch that to another woman?
But I won't.
I'm sorry.
But can you stretch that to another woman where you give a fuck on that same level? It's not having the ability to walk away from a bad situation is just you being emotionally invested but measured. And that's what us as men need to do, is to make sure that we're measured, make sure that she's buying into us and we're not just pouring into her and she's just extracting things. But to have to do that a second time, that's a lot for a man to have to really look at this woman and say, I'm gonna make sure that you become the best version of yourself under my covering that you can become twice.
You know what? I hear you.
Thanks so much for watching. If you want to see more of my shows, click right here. And don't forget to hit that subscribe button so you never miss an episode. See you in the next one.